Welcome to Diaspora's Career Challenges, where we dive into the questions every diaspora and immigrant loves to hear. Where are you really from? And the classic, what's that accent? Because clearly your name and accent are far more important than your qualifications, right? I am Sweta Regmi, award-winning career strategist and CEO of Teach and Do, with an accent that somehow always manages to steal the spotlight. On this podcast, we will explore the impossible quest of fitting in. From not from here, not from there, to sure, I'll blend in. We'll tackle the joys of code switching, the myth of cultural fit, and why people can never, ever pronounce your name, but somehow they can nail Mikhail Gorbachev every time. If you're done explaining where you're from or why your background makes you too much and not enough for others, well, buckle up. You're in the right place. Let's get into it. The hidden job market exposed. Why it was never meant for us or you. 80% jobs are hidden, never posted. But here's the truth. Hidden job market? It's not hidden. It's just exclusive. And guess what? Immigrants, newcomers, and people of color, or anyone without an Ivy League bestie, they're not on your guest list. That's a narrative that gurus, or I'd like to say purus, networking coaches, and influencers love to preach. Don't apply for role online. Online systems are really rigged. Instead, target the jobs which are never posted. But if you don't fit the mold of their exclusive club, guess what? You're not invited to the secret table where these so-called hidden jobs are passed around. Oh, you thought applying online was tough? Try breaking into the market that was never meant for you in the first place. Just like you, me, diasporas, and immigrants, people of color. It was never meant for people like us. It just existed for people who had privileges. In the meanwhile, let's talk about some stats. Over 500,000 jobs are being posted in the Canadian websites right now as we see. Are we saying do not apply for those jobs at all, even though you're qualified, but just go look at the job which is not posted, knock the door, reach out, pick someone's brain out there and spam the hiring managers and employers who are not even hiring. You don't even know they're hiring or not. Just go through that door, but never ever apply online because it's rigged. I mean, are we chasing some unicorns that does not even probably exist anymore? Should we be telling job seekers to fish when there is fully stocked pond right next to them? Why the hidden job markets triggered me so much. And I'm not saying it's a market that triggers me. It's a stat, it triggers me. Like 80%. Wow. They say people hire people they like. Sounds very nice, right? Until you realize liking is just corporate speak for. People hire people who look like them, who sound like them. People hire people who went to the same top schools, Ivy League. People hire people who played golf at the same country club or did the party and had fun, did the social events, someone's family members, you know. Those are the things we're looking into it when it comes to hidden job market. Isn't that right? Well, that's not networking, my friend. For me, that's a biases. But let's get something straight. I have worked at the top companies and I cannot imagine not posting the jobs. And again, the companies have policies in place to mitigate that biases and to prevent those discriminations against the underprivileged community. And I'm glad that I work with the companies like that. Hiring just does not happen randomly. I cannot, as a hiring manager in top companies, go there and say, I will hire you. I'll make a position for you, brand new one, just because I like you and I know you're qualified. I'm just going to create the role for you. Come and work for me. I mean, you might be on my preferred list of candidate for future hiring, but I'm not just going to open the door for you and create the role for you when there are other people outside of company or even internal candidates, right? There's an entire system behind it, the headcounts, the budget, the seasons of hiring, working with the HR, compliance, job descriptions, pay range, and stuff like that in the top companies. It takes months to pre-plan this. It does not happen on the spot. Now, there are some companies, smaller companies, it might happen where there's not of organization chart, hierarchy. You can just make the decisions on the spot. I'm not questioning that. So the stat is something I am questioning. 80% of jobs are never posted. That's what I am concerned about overall. There's no one size fits all when it comes to applying for the role, applying for the targeted role. So when we talk about hidden jobs that are never posted, what are we actually talking about? Well, maybe the small businesses with no HR team, no recruiting budget, recruiting tools, because those are costly. They hire based on word of mouth, maybe, right? Because they've seen the sample of work. Example would be if I were to hire someone for my company, Teach and Do, and I wanted someone to build my website, I would probably reach out to the small business owners who's already hired someone, freelancer. I would just give them a contract and project and get it done with it. I'd probably do that now, which is something I could have never done it as a hiring manager working in the top financial industries. I didn't have that much of power to do it. I had to follow the process. So the executive search firms who are partnering with the company where they outsource everything because they know what they're looking for, but there was some requirement already handed over to the consulting firm who are looking for the talent, they are probably not going to be posting because they already have a pool of candidates and they're going to reach out to the qualified candidates there. That's where maybe the jobs are not posted. So the companies, the other one would be where hiring managers could potentially pull their networks from internal pool who already applied for the role before and they did not meet the criteria back then, but now the roles are open and the job's not going to be posted potentially. And they just went in and said, why go with the similar process? It's only been a couple of months, 6 months, and we'll just gladly welcome you back. Are you interested in this role? It could happen. So things like that might end up in a hidden job market where it's still not hidden, I'd like to say. It's something that you already have a preferred list of candidates. Is the hidden job market totally used for a different thing? It's just the myth or misconceptions how people are understanding it. Some people are saying hidden job market is all about networking, but that does not mean that the jobs are never posted anywhere else. It may be not on LinkedIn or Indeed or career sites, but maybe it's internally posted somewhere at the company's page. But that does not mean it's hidden job at all. But is it 80% of the jobs which are not posted, which keeps on being repeated by mostly everybody out there? No, that's just an outdated stat recycled from the newspaper days where there is no online posting recruiting tools. There's nothing. So people are just going through the word of mouth and putting the ad on the newspaper as a last resort. That's what I think it is. And we're still fear mongering the job seekers and we're giving them that leverage of finger pointing and blaming. Oh, online doesn't work at all. I know I heard some gurus and gurus saying that. That's why I'm not getting ahead. So maybe instead of calling it a hidden job market, we should just say some people land on a preferred list. And guess what? I have been in that list. Not because I was smoozing or bootlicking somebody. I was well qualified for the role. As a matter of fact, I was promoted 9 times within 12 years. And some of the jobs I already was on a preferred list of candidates. So I knew that's my job unless someone comes in outstanding and that's their job. Because I already done the role before. I already proved it I can do the role. And when they hired me, I knew that I can just go and start without training. I was already on that role. But the jobs were still posted internally. So once I got laid off, I built the network through the networking from the scratch. I moved to the new city in the small town, which is bilingual. Yes, I built the connections network, but I did attract them with the personal branding. And I applied for the role that I met the requirements and I landed the role. And in fact, one of the roles that I landed was the internal person rejected that role. And I was approached by the hiring manager and said, "Do you want to work for us?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I still went for the interview, but I didn't see the job posting at all. They just sent me the job descriptions later, right? Was that the hidden job? Not really. But did I end up on a preferred list? Absolutely. The hidden job favors privilege, not merit, in my opinion, sometimes. Who actually benefits from this so-called hidden job market? White men over white women, white people over a person of color, people with elite school networks, those with generational wealth. And who suffers from this term? Immigrants, newcomer to Canada, marginalized professionals who did not have that privilege to begin with, who had barriers to access. So when people tell newcomers in Canada especially, the system is rigged online, just go network to get hired, what are we really saying? Are we reinforcing biases that go against fair hiring, diversity, and inclusion that Canada swears by? Maybe we should think twice before throwing around that advice. Proof that strategy beats hidden job hustling. Let me tell you about the client who recently messaged me. His name is Rishi, and he landed the role as a consultant at KPMG recently. He was a newcomer in Canada a couple of years ago. At first, he got the job in a public sector, in a contract role, and he built his network. He built a personal branding. He showcased his talent, and he's moved to the 6-figure role, a couple of times promotions, and every time he moved in, people already had seen his work. And recently I got the message. He said, "It wasn't planned, Sweta. Didn't even apply. I got poached while I was doing the consulting. And they had a hiring freeze, but they liked me so much that they wanted me to start right away." And he said to me, "I was not even thinking about it when it comes to job change, but here I am." And he said, "Needless to say, I owe major parts of my success to you. Whatever you taught me has gone a long way." And I'll tell you this much, I never told him, even we talked about hidden job market. We talked about how to be forever employable with a strategy, with a career promotion strategy, building the brand, and showcasing your talent. And that's exactly what he did. Now, does this happen to every client? No, absolutely not. Here's what works with the majority of my clients. They position themselves as an expert. They deliver outstanding results. They also build a very strong relationship, not just shallow connections. So same like the client who landed recently in KPMG, he didn't chase it. He attracted. That's what I teach inside One Size Does Not Fit All career strategies. And I don't teach hidden job market at all. The bias is keeping the job market hidden. Let's just call it what it is. Affinity bias, which is hiring people similar to you. Confirmation bias, seeing an immigrant name and assuming they won't fit. Halo effect, assuming a Harvard grad must be the smartest person in the room. Opportunity hoarding, keeping jobs in exclusive circles. Privilege bias. If you have to network to survive, was the system ever really merit-based? The networking lie? Yes, networking works, but only if you have access. Not everyone comes from the background where their dad's best friends are friends of VP at top companies. Not everyone can afford to intern for free just to get a foot in the door. Not every newcomer in Canada comes with the privilege with the large connections and a light network. They might have to start from 0 connections, not including their family and friends here. That's what I did. So when they say online application don't work, don't just go online, just go network. Who is actually benefiting from this? Well, the course seller sometimes making money off your desperations. The networking boot camps guys selling exclusive access to hidden jobs. I don't know what they're selling inside. The recruiters who keeps jobs in their closed network. Your job is to make sure that you're posting and qualified candidates are getting into those postings. What actually works? Instead of chasing shadows in the hidden market, focus on what's real. Strategic personal branding. Make it impossible to ignore you. Targeted job applications. Yes, they work if done right only. Information interviews. No, not like picking your brain. Really good information interviews to understanding, such as when is the hiring seasons happening? What are the tools out there? How do they hire? What kind of people they hire? Understanding all the biases that you might come across. How to fight back strategically. Storytelling on LinkedIn. Showcasing yourself as an expert, writing content. You never know who's watching you. So next time someone tells you the hidden job market is where real jobs are, just ask them, hidden from whom? Because if jobs are truly hidden, maybe it's time to question why and who benefits from keeping them that way. And here's my radical opinion. Every job should be posted, unless there is an exception. Hiring should be transparent. So do you think all the jobs should be posted, whether it's a public sector for compliance or private companies? Let's stop romanticizing the hidden job market. It's not some exclusive club you unlock with the right networking hack. It's a system built on privilege, and we need to start calling it out. The hidden job market where doors quietly open for insiders, while immigrants and diasporas are held to just network harder. Funny how bias is not so hidden. And that's the wrap for today's episode, Diaspora's Career Challenges, where blending in is overrated and fitting in to someone else's mold is so last season. If you love this sarcasm, don't forget to subscribe, share, and I'd really appreciate your review. I'm here to remind you that you're not here to fit in. You're here to stand out. Your accent is still a mystery to some. Who cares? So the next time someone asks, "Where's that accent from?" just smile and say, "Oh, don't worry. It's called unique. You'll get used to it." Where can you connect with me? I'm all over on social media. Connect with me on LinkedIn. And I do have a free resources for job search and career under teachanddo.com/free resources. Can't wait for you to come in and join me next week.